It's Friday, May 14th, 2021. As I make this video, markets still open. Dow Jones, markets across the board up. Dow Jones up nearly 400 points today. Gold up around $20. Silver up close to 50 cents. So it's good to see metals really having a nice week. Bitcoin up today, but it is struggling to stay above $50,000. But you know, as I'm watching these markets this morning before I head off to some meetings here, it just really fascinates me on the magic tricks that are taking place. Why are the markets back up today? Why is the Dow Jones up almost 400 points today? We got the jobless claims yesterday, almost 500,000. The week prior to that, revised to 507,000. And when I look at some of the articles today, I'm going to just give you some of the titles here. And I want you to think that markets across the board are up. Dow Jones up almost 400 points. All on what good news? What's the good news out there? And just tell me that these markets aren't severely manipulated, that we are now watching more magic tricks take place. We hear about the housing boom. We hear about how great everything is recovering, yet $120 billion a month. That is what the Fed is buying in Treasury bills. Why is the Fed buying $120 billion a month in Treasury bills? Almost, what is that? Over $1 trillion a year in Treasury bills. Why do they have to do that? Why are they keeping interest rates at zero if this economy is recovering so beautifully, if this housing boom is so incredible, if everything is so great? Why are we at 0% interest rates? Why is the Fed buying up literally everything, including over $1 trillion of Treasury bills? And why are we still at 0% interest rates? Because things aren't so great, but they keep trying to show us all these magic tricks and all this manipulation. The stock market is up, so everything is good. Even though you've lost your job, even though you have massive debt, even though you are dependent now as a debt slave on government subsidies in order to survive, everything is okay because the stock market is up. But let's look at some of these articles today. Here on The Hedge today. Listen to these articles. Stage is set for dramatically higher inflation as transportation costs spike even higher. Dow Jones up almost 400 points as I make this video now. Doesn't even care about inflation. Doesn't care that you've lost your job. It doesn't care about the 2.5 million homes in forbearance, the 12 million renters who are over $6,000 behind on rent. Doesn't care about all the store closures. Doesn't care about the restaurants closing. It doesn't care. Doesn't care about the cost of transportation either. Doesn't care that you're going to pay more while you make less. U.S. industrial production disappoints in April as car makers crumbled. We have a massive chip shortage because we are dependent on other countries for chips. We don't make them here, right? Stock market doesn't care because it gets lots and lots of free money. You don't. You get the crumbs. You got maybe $1,400 if you were lucky. You get the crumbs while corporate America gets bailed out, while the top 0.0001% get all that free money. They get bailed out. They get the opportunity. That money is not coming down and circulating into the real economy. It's staying at the very top with a very small group of people. U.S. retail sales disappoint in April as Stimmy's surge stalls. Look, you said it. And I said it, the money, once these stimulus checks hit, they're going to be spent quickly and the money's going to run out. Well, here we are, and we've got the numbers for April, and retail sales slowed down severely. Because why? The money is running out. The government isn't giving people money. They're just not really going out and spending that much money, are they? Because people now are reliant on government subsidies. And if they're not getting those stimulus checks, they're not going to go out and spend as much. Everything now is supported by the Fed. The stock market, the economy, what's left of it, is literally now being supported by the Fed. U.S. consumer confidence plunges as inflation fears soar. Where did all the confidence go? Where is it? You're not going to have confidence unless you bring back real jobs in America. And I realize that that's not going to happen overnight. And that's why I realize we're going to see the biggest and worst economic collapse in U.S. history and probably in world history. If people do not have real opportunity, if they do not have good paying jobs, not this service sector stuff, not working at a restaurant, if they don't have real jobs, why are we not making chips here in America? Why are we not making our own pharmaceuticals here in America? Why are we not making our own steel right here in America? These are the real well-paying jobs, but we got rid of them. We've been sold out. So people are losing confidence. What's going to happen when this thing really crumbles? Look, we've got so many problems. The pension crisis in America, the derivative crisis in America, the overvalued stock market, overvalued real estate market, commercial real estate in a depression right now, and it's going to get much worse. Droughts, food shortages, you name it, massive inflation is coming. We're starting to see inflation heating up, even though people told me for over a year that we would never see inflation, that inflation is the lowest it's ever been, that we're not going to have inflation, yada, yada, yada. I don't know what these people were smoking, but please do not give me any. Stage is set for dramatically higher inflation as transportation costs spike even higher. Looking at those cargo ships off of Huntington Beach, 20 to 30 massive cargo ships a day sit to come into the port of Long Beach, loaded with cheap goods. And the cost now of fuel skyrocketing to fuel those ships, the cost per container skyrocketing. You're going to pay more at Walmart. You're going to pay more at Ross, more at Kohl's, more everywhere. So we're paying more for food. We're going to pay more for goods and services as fuel costs continue to go up, as those containers, the container costs go up. Corporate America is not going to pay for it, okay? They just raise the price, you pay for it, right? Corporate America and the rich aren't going to be paying taxes like so many people think. No, that gets passed on to you and I. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this is really beginning to get very, very scary. And I don't know how the average American is paying $4 for a gallon of gas out here. The national average now over $3. Here in California, it's over $4. And I just think, and I sit back and I just ponder from time to time, and I go, how are people paying this for gas, for groceries, for health insurance, for rent? This is all going to come to a head, ladies and gentlemen. People are forced to use the credit cards. They're dependent on the unemployment. They're dependent on the $300 benefits. And now states are beginning to cut all of that off, which in return is going to force people to go into these service sector jobs, to go work at the hotels, to go work at the restaurants, to go work at the bars, to go work at the laundromat, to go work at the amusement park. How are they going to pay $4 a gallon for gas? The price of corn, vegetables, meat, pork, fish skyrocketing. I mean, I remember when you'd go into a grocery store and you could get 10 ears of corn for $1. Now it's 88 cents for 1 ear of corn. Maybe you can find it 2 for $1. I don't know how people are doing it. And if you have kids, wow, my heart goes out to you. I don't know how you're doing it. National apartment rents rise after crisis plunge. So prices of rent going to continue to go up. Wolfstreet.com, state of the American debt slave. If there's one thing I see more and more of, well, yeah, it's homeless people, it's price increases, it's inflation, and it's also debt slaves. I see more and more people becoming debt slaves. We look at serious delinquencies, credit card delinquencies. Serious delinquencies, that's 90 days plus. Serious credit card delinquency is sitting at 7.7%. Back in 2008, during the financial crisis, we saw credit card delinquencies, serious delinquencies, sitting at 11%. I think that was right around 2010, right after the '08 crisis. 11%. We're at 7.7% right now. So not as bad as what we saw after the '08 crisis, but look at the amount of money that the government is dishing out in order for people to make those credit card payments, okay? The trillions and trillions of dollars that have gone into this economy, into unemployment checks, into benefits, into stimulus checks, in order for people to control or have somewhat control of these delinquencies. And we're still sitting at 7.7%. Imagine if the government wasn't printing money out of thin air, if this was a real economy, a real unmanipulated economy, where would this number be? I can tell you right now, it would be well past the 11% we saw after the '08 crisis. It would be well past that. It would shock me if it wasn't above 20%. So we don't even know what the real numbers are. We don't know what real home delinquencies are because of forbearance. We don't know the real unemployment numbers because they don't include this or they don't include that. Although shadowstats.com, John Williams, 25.7%, that is the real number. But we're not getting the real numbers from the government. So we don't know what the real delinquencies are because they continue to paper everything over with printed money. So be aware of what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. And, as I was reading this article on Wall Street, there are two groups of people. People who have taken that unemployment money, who've taken some of that stimulus money, and they've paid down their debts. Then there's a whole nother group, which is probably the majority of people who have contributed to this retail spike, who took the stimulus money, who take the unemployment money, figured, well, I won't pay my rent. We'll go to Kohl's, we'll go to Walmart, we'll go buy a big screen TV, we'll go out to dinner, we'll hit the bars. Oh, I'm going to need some new jeans to go out to the bar tonight. I'm going to need some new shoes to go to Vegas this weekend. That group of people. And these people are going to learn a valuable lesson as soon as all the free money gets cut off. So I hope you're the first group that if you're receiving some kind of money, if you have a job, you got some side hustles, you're paying down the debt, you're paying down the credit card, you're not running and taking a weekend trip, you're being very cautious. Again, proceed with caution with this economy. I know the television tries to pump it all up. The stock market's up, it's soaring, it's incredible, everything's going great. But in all reality, the real economy is hemorrhaging here. We are in a depression. Soaring new and used vehicle prices led to surging loan balances. Let's talk about this. The balance of auto loans and leases rose by $8 billion in the first quarter after surging $14 billion in the fourth quarter and by $17 billion in the third quarter. Seriously delinquent auto loan balances remain high at 4.8%. During the crisis, our last crisis of 2008, we saw serious delinquency auto loan balances at 5.3%. We're at 4.8% right now. We were at 5.3% during the last financial crisis. How bad would this be right now if the government wasn't giving everybody free money? If the government wasn't sending unemployment checks, benefits, and stimulus checks? And what blows my mind is people are still going out and spending money. They're completely delusional. They're completely blinded by reality. If you're in the repo business, I've asked this a couple times in the past, if you're in the repo business, if you know anybody in the auto repo business, please comment down below. What are you seeing? I cannot believe that we're not seeing record-breaking numbers in the repossession of automobiles right now. Maybe the auto dealers or automakers, maybe the banks aren't really being aggressive right now, chasing after those cars. Maybe they are, I don't know. Please comment down below. What is happening in auto repos? I'd love to know. Wall Street Journal, the IRS is coming for crypto investors who haven't paid their taxes. So as I make this video, Bitcoin's struggling to stay above 50,000. The IRS is coming for you if you're not paying taxes on your cryptos. The IRS is about to get very serious about cryptocurrency compliance. And let me tell you, they mean business, ladies and gentlemen, and this is not going to be good for cryptos. The IRS is now in pursuit of Americans who are not paying taxes on their cryptos, according to this Wall Street Journal report. With the tax day approaching, now is a good time to clean up your act if you have not been laxed, if you have been laxed about taxes on cryptos. Not doing so could compound future tax problems, especially if you have traded a lot or have more than a small stake. That is on the Wall Street Journal. Again, do your due diligence, ladies and gentlemen. Do your own homework. I'm reporting from The Hedge today. I report a lot from CNBC. That was from the Wall Street Journal. Reporting from wolfstreet.com. Just a variety of different outlets. So do your own due diligence. I'm going to close with this last article today, ladies and gentlemen, from wolfstreet.com. It's getting serious. Dollar purchasing power plunges. Durable goods such as cars, appliances, consumer electronics, etc., spiked by 3.5% in April from March. That's 42% annualized. I mean, think about the inflation we are seeing. Non-durable goods such as food, energy, this includes gasoline, jumped 0.6% in April from March. That's 7.5% annualized. I believe that number is going to go much higher as we are going to see food absolutely go bananas. Food prices are going to surge unlike any time we have ever seen food surge. So get prepared for that. So as I leave you on this beautiful 100-degree day in Palm Springs, I want to just remind everybody out there, make sure you put some balance in your life. There's a lot of bad news out there. There's a lot of negativity. But look, if you're walking close to God, if you're, topping off those preparations, if you're aware, you're awake, there's no reason to fear what is coming. You're prepared. In fact, get ready to take advantage of the sales. I believe there's going to be some very, very, very good times out there for people who've been patient, people who've made the sacrifices, and people who've prepared physically, spiritually, financially. I think you're gonna prosper. I really do. These are not going to be easy times. They're going to be very concerning times, no doubt about it. But the world's not going to end. People are going to make money. People are going to prosper, and it's going to be the people who were awake and prepared. So take this weekend, put a little balance in your life, go for a walk, go to the beach, enjoy the weather if you have decent weather this weekend. Go get a workout in. Add to the preparations, go enjoy nature a little bit, spend some time with family and friends. Again, put some balance in your life, have a laugh, have a good meal, have some quality time with the family. The world's not going to come to an end. It's going to get rough. It's going to get scary, but you've been preparing. You're awake and aware, and you're going to deal with it. You're going to get through it, and you're going to prosper. So I'm going to leave you with that. It's not all bad news. Many of you are going to make a lot of money and become very, very wealthy people out there without a doubt. And as long as you keep preparing, as long as you keep awake and aware, as long as you walk close to God, I believe you're going to be blessed. And that's the key word today, blessed. If you're watching this video today, you've been blessed. If you've had a meal, you've been blessed. If you're alive and walking, you're blessed, right? And I believe many of you are going to be blessed in the worst of times. So stay close to God, keep topping off those preps, stay close to family and friends. And, remember, there's people out there that are really suffering, and there are people out there that would trade with you in a heartbeat. You might be in a little condo or a little apartment, a little studio. You might be living in somebody's garage. But let me tell you, you are blessed. Keep doing what you're doing, and good things are going to happen. Talk to all of you very soon. Share this video. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that bell notification. Make sure you subscribe.